Imagine this. You crawl into a small wooden box underground. There's no window, no sunlight, no standing room. Just you, a tube for air, a flashlight, and a whole lot of time. And then you stay there. Not for one night, not for 1 week, but for more than 2 whole months. Sounds impossible, right? Welcome back to Believe It or Not, the show where weird is real and the truth is stranger than fiction. Today's story is all about endurance, determination, and one man's very strange dream. Here's today's question. Why would someone choose to live underground for 61 days? Let's dig into the story and find out. Meet Michael Mick Meaney, an Irishman with an unusual idea. In 1968, Mike wanted to do something no one else had done, something that would get the world's attention. So he came up with a challenge. He would bury himself underground, alive, in a coffin-like box, and stay there as long as he could. And he wasn't joking. He and his team built a box just big enough for him to lie down. It was placed inside a larger container and buried 6 feet below the ground in London. The box had an air pipe for breathing, a flashlight, a buzzer in case of emergency, and some basic supplies like food, water, and that flashlight. Then, on February 21st, 1968, Mick climbed inside the box. They sealed the lid and buried him. Every day, someone would check in through a radio or the buzzer. Food and water were sent down a tube. But Mick had no room to stand, no natural light, and no real contact with the outside world. For 61 days, he stayed underground in that box. People above ground were shocked. Reporters covered the story. Crowds gathered near the site, cheering for Mick. He even became international news, a real underground celebrity. Finally, after 2 months and 1 day, they dug up the box. Mick was lifted out, pale, thin, and stiff from lying down for so long, but alive. And here's a fun fact. Mick Meaney never officially broke the world record because at the same time, another man in the US was doing the same challenge and stayed buried for a few days longer. But Mick's story lives on because of how bizarre and brave it really was. Now let's think about this. First, would you ever want to live underground for a challenge or a dare? Next, what's the longest time you've ever stayed in one room? How did it feel? And last, why do you think people take on extreme challenges like this? Okay, now it's your turn. Try designing your own endurance challenge. Maybe it's a week without screens, or a day without talking. I think a lot of the moms out there would really enjoy that one. What would your limits be? Mick Meaney's adventure proves that sometimes the wildest challenges come from the strangest ideas. He may not have broken a record, but he definitely made history. Next time on Believe It or Not, can one man really win the lottery? Not once, but twice? On camera? In our next episode, you'll meet Bill Morgan, the man with the luckiest scratch card moment ever caught on film. Until then, keep wondering, keep learning, and remember, Sometimes the truth is weirder than fiction.